Good morning. It's the Todd and Erin morning stream here on GetPartDaily.com with another round of creative close-ups with our oh-so-cool action cams.
They're just drunk.
Well, yeah.
Good morning, everyone. Oh, well, whatever.
What? This is a great day. Are you kidding? After what we watched yesterday with Elon Musk?
Don't start me on that.
By the way,
do not pull that cord.
Massive rocket launch yesterday from Elon Musk.
Are you going to do it right?
Amazing.
Go to the mountain camp. We got to talk about Musk.
How much it costs to have a baby for state and the most awesome mugshot of the week.
All right,
now,
back
first
to us.
Of all,
back to us. Okay, so.
Oh, look at how much lighter it is already.
Who cares? Let's talk about that darn rocket, the heavy lifter.
No. It's the morning mountain cam. You can see it there. Brought to you by Brio Technologies. Your experts in lighting, sound, and video. Go to BrioAudiovisual.com. Look how nice that is. We're
Stop it. Who cares? Show me a picture. Show me a picture. Falcon Mission X heavy lifter. You know, it was the biggest rocket they've ever launched off the face of the earth. It was 2 times as big. It can launch and carry all these secret things and all this stuff for the companies. And
of course, Elon Musk was the head of Tesla. Now, this is the funny thing. I had no knowledge of this, and women, bear with me. You know when you're trying to do something, your husband's like, look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this, and eventually you want to, like, twist his neck, snap his head off like a grape.
And you want to snap her neck off because she's not interested for some reason?
So you drag it, and you go, okay, what? And then you go, that is so cool!
Husband's right.
Oh, my God!
This husband's right.
It was freaking amazing.
He's trying to mansplain it.
No.
And then she saw it, and then she's all in. Stop, I'm talking now. Oh. Okay, so... if you haven't heard about, I gotta show you. Did we show a picture? I'm sorry,
not yet. Even Elon Musk didn't have any of the actual launch up on his Instagram, so I couldn't pull something.
All right.
But we were watching it on CNN, and it was freaking amazing.
I'm gonna do a demonstration.
They had rented Cape Canaveral to launch the rocket.
And Musk actually said, because he understates stuff, because he's a billionaire, he said, if it clears the tower, it'll be pretty good. Because if he blew up the tower, it would set it back a year and a half. So anyway.
Yeah, never mind any of the other shuttles, NASA.
12 rockets. This is the equivalent lift of 16 747s with their engines all on full blast. So anyway, it takes off. Okay, hang on. Demonstration time. Okay, so, all right.
Of course.
Trophy, award-winning show. All right, so that is the rocket.
That actually works really well.
It does, doesn't it? All right, so here it is. It lifts off. It takes off. It's going through. Right, here's the tricky part.
People are screaming like banshees.
The boosters are not attached to each other, but they break away.
Perfectly.
Erin, take the main one. Hold it right there. Do not move. And then right here, it suddenly turns these around, and don't get them back over here. And then they blast their way back to where they shot from, and then they turn like this, and they land. But first, meanwhile, this over here, the front thing plays off, and then there's a car, which is funnier than
Elon put his car in there, and it's a convertible, and it's playing David Bowie's Space Oddity.
And the screen on the dashboard says, "Don't panic." And he's got a spaceman in there with a spacesuit.
Well, you gotta.
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
They overshot their trajectory where they were going, and it's actually heading towards an asteroid field.
That's all right.
The airbag is the one. So anyway, and this takes off. And now this one lets loose of the cargo, and it turns around and powers back to where it landed. And then it came down, and then it crashed at 300 miles an hour because
it was like 2 out of 3.
A couple of the engines didn't ignite. Here's what it sounded like, okay? It's like the crowd, the people working on this, they were screaming. It was like a rock concert. And they're like, ah, and it's up and it cleared the tower. Ah, and it's up there and it's separating. Ah, and the 2 boosters are coming down. Ah, and they landed. Ah, main stage crashes. And they just keep going. Everybody's really excited.
All these happy millennials, and it's like back in the NASA days when all the guys are wearing their white shirts and they've got their hormone glasses and they go, "It's up." But these guys were like screaming and running around. And the best part is CNN had this awesome reporter there, and she comes bounding into the scene. She's like beside herself. You can see it. And then there's a sonic boom, and she gives this little shriek, and she goes, "Oh, it's a sonic boom! They're coming back down!" But it was so cool to see that much excitement, especially from like a totally staid news organization where they're all like, let's just talk about.
And they recognize how fun she was.
Freaking out.
My gosh!
But no, I mean it was an amazing thing to watch. I don't know if we've even shown any of the pictures because I was so excited with your
that demonstration
reenactment.
was pretty awesome.
It was amazing. But basically, there's Elon shows the plate that says made on Earth. by humans.
Oh my gosh.
So at some point he says, when the aliens do see it, and he firmly believes that it will be spotted by aliens. He goes, they'll know where it came from, and that's good. And then he showed the rocket launchers coming back down and how well they landed and how perfectly. And I mean, how cool is this?
Get out of here.
And it's so fun reading all of the comments too, because everyone's talking to him like he's their best bro, instead of a psycho billionaire, and how excited. And then a shot of him next to one of them. I mean, look at the massive scale.
I'm sorry,
of
we
that.
just landed a thing on its butt.
And it is. And ordinarily, I don't know how excited you get about this stuff, but I'm like, yeah, that's nice.
I had goosebumps.
But watching this thing was just incredible. It's one of those things that makes you like, I am very proud to be an American again. Because it is. It feels like we are the people with ingenuity again.
And it's a private company.
That's very exciting.
It's a private company, probably better funded than NASA was.
I would actually like to be the one who calls Cape Canaveral and goes, I'd like to rent the launch pad for a minute.
Wouldn't you?
I mean, how cool is that?
I'd like to take a little walk around. What do you think about that?
I mean, come on, you're kind of a badass. I'd like to rent Cape Canaveral.
I think I'll kick the tires a little bit. Kick the tires and light the fire.
So they say that he's going to be ready in another 6 to 9 months for the next launch.
Oh my gosh. And they use the parts that land.
That's what's so amazing. Instead of NASA, when everything just basically fell and disintegrated.
And they use them.
Because they didn't have, the technology yet. But now they do. I don't know. It was cool. It was such a good day.
I could end the show right here.
It really did make you happy, didn't it?
It really did.
All right. Now that we've discussed science and technology,
I'm a little spent.
Let's go to healthcare. This is kind of interesting. They were talking about how much it costs to have a baby in each state. And,
really?
This is something that's actually kind of a pleasant surprise. We're not that bad. The most expensive was Arkansas.
It's a baby.
Where the average baby, and this is just the easygoing babies like this one, who was a shield delivery, would be about $7,500 in Alaska, and then it keeps drooping.
This is being built through insurance.
Yeah, and the lowest is actually we are 49th. We come in at $5,300. Only Alabama was cheaper than we were. C-section, that of course really starts like ranking you a lot higher. That goes as high as $15,000 in Alaska, like then New Jersey, New York, Wisconsin for some reason, and Connecticut were expensive. Then going down, we're not as good. We're in the bottom 10, however. Cheapest was actually in Washington, D.C. Who knew to get a C-section? But there you go. It's not surprising about Alaska just because everything is initially much more expensive up there, and particularly in terms of health care, it's going to cost more. But we actually are surprisingly chill in terms of we were in the lower 10 of everything.
Which is good because we have
a lot.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like a bulk discount with the insurance companies.
Well, we got a bulk story coming up, by the way.
Do we?
Is 13 a lot to have in a family? We'll say more. Say more.
Only if it goes to 14.
We're going to play a brand new game on the Todd and Erin morning stream, and that is called Show the Mugshot. Guess what they did? All right? We'll show them the mugshot. Here we go.
Such an awesome mugshot.
Okay, there you go.
I'm sorry.
All right?
I shouldn't be laughing. This is a serious situation, but that is an awesome mugshot.
I want everyone to look at that. And
That's
I want
got
you
the
to
crazy
think,
hair.
what did he do? What did he do? Is he a robber?
I'm thinking something with a meth involvement, just based on the expression.
He looks more goofy than methy.
Yeah, because he's got better skin.
Yeah, his teeth are good too.
But he's got the crazy angry hair.
He's got great hair.
Crazy angry hair.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. He attacked his his buddy, his cousin, with a power drill.
He what? Why a power drill?
Well, he went after because that was his weapon of choice.
Well, and who wouldn't?
And he went at the guy's tire, and he drilled a hole in the tire, and then he
attacked his tire. I will attack your tire.
Busted out a window, and there's a drill in the car, and then they both evidently wanted to rent the same house. That's really what this was about? It was. And then he went all tool time on him. And
you know what have only made that better, though, is if it had been a plug-in instead of a battery-powered one. Because then he could be angry and he'd be pulling it like, crap, hold on. Then you have to go get the big extension cord. Now I'm going to... Yeah. Don't run that far. My extension cord doesn't go that far.
Well, then he went after his cousin. And then the police were called. Because before it was just funny. And then when there's bodily harm, so they arrested him and put him on $5,000 bail.
Okay. That was a great... You know what, son? You're always going to have that mugshot to be proud of.
That is such a great
That was
mugshot.
your 7 minutes of fame, my friend.
Or at least 3.5.
Probably more like a.
All right, what else?
What
are people saying on Facebook this morning?
They're saying good morning. Same comment about the extension cord. Somebody concerned that perhaps he didn't have a base charger, that he really wouldn't be able to continue his rampage of terror. You're right, Tina. I feel the same way.
We could go back and reload the battery.
Hold on. Don't run away. Let's continue about 20 minutes.
The drilling will continue. All right, let's get some information, shall we?
Let's go to Daisy. She's in the Gephardt Daily Newsroom. She is brought to you by Always Black Friday. It's 30 to 75% off every day. They have a brand new store, 12th Street in Ogden. Denali Performance Medical Center. Now, you're going to like these guys. If you've got joint injuries you could never get over, maybe something old from football or a bad knee, they're the guys who can get rid of it for you, and for good and without opioids. And all Utah Plumbing, Heating, and Air. Good time to get a checkup on your furnace to make sure that you're saving hundreds of dollars in energy bills. Just go to allutahplumbing.com. Daisy, my dear, what's going on today?
Hello, everyone. Here's what's making news on Wednesday, February 7th on GephartDaily.com. Authorities have released the name of the teenage boy killed Monday night after falling through the roof of a Murray business complex. Police say 17-year-old Kelton Ouellette of Clearfield fell approximately 40 feet to his death just about 9 p.m. Two other male teens aged 14 and 18 were with Ouellette at the time of the accident and tried to perform first aid. Investigators have yet to reveal why the teens were on the roof to begin with. A shifting load of drywall nearly cost a driver his life Tuesday on Bangor Highway. It happened just before 2 p.m. when the supply truck failed to make the light at 12600 South. Police say the driver opted instead to make a sharp turn while heading westbound. The truck ended up clipping a passenger car and nearly crushed its driver. The victim was rushed to hospital in critical condition but has since been upgraded. He's expected to make a full recovery. And Keith Morey, Vice President of Business Development for the Utah Economic Development Corporation, has returned home safely after being missing for almost a week. Morey disappeared Thursday night, prompting his family and his employers at EDC Utah to ask for the public's help in finding him. On Tuesday, EDC Utah posted on social media that Morey returned home and was dealing with a private family matter. Time now for your Wasatch Front weather, brought to you by Brio Technologies, Utah's ultra-fantastic audiovisual specialists. Well, might as well get out your sunscreen and pith helmets because it's going to be downright tropical this week. According to the Weather Service, we can expect highs in the 60s over the next few days with little in the way of rain or snow. Nighttime lows will be in the 30s. That's it for now. For more news and weather 24/7, go to GephartDaily.com. For now, Todd and Erin, back to you.
Get a great deal on a furnace and AC combination. You buy the set, they're going to give you $2,000 off, and they're going to give you a free air scrubber. That brings it to $3,200. That pays for the furnace. If you want more information, just go to allutahplumbing.com.
Okay, tell me something good. It is brought to you by Always Black Friday, 30 to 75% off every day. 12th Street in Ogden. You can go online, by the way, if you want to, and see some of the cool stuff they have. They have amazing deals on electronics, like Beats by Dre. They have cool drones. Zoe's bugging us for a drone for her birthday.
Ain't gonna happen.
Are you going to explain to her that at this point, this is not like a coronation for a queen? Because this kid won't stop.
No, there's no parade either.
Does everyone else's 6-year-old talk about their birthday every single day? Like for a year?
We're sorry we told her when she was born.
All right, moving on. Let's go to this. This is actually pretty cool because it is from a child Zoe's age. It is a 6-year-old girl who is being hailed for influencing a restaurant chain, an entire nationwide restaurant chain, to ditch their single-use plastic straws in favor of biodegradable paper alternatives. Now,
what's the concern?
Well, this is pretty cool. It's Pizza Express. It's an Italian food restaurant. They have over 470 branches worldwide. Okay. And they recently announced their decision to drop the utensils on their Facebook page. And it was kind of cool. It was posted alongside a letter from Ava. She's 6, and she had written Pizza Express saying, "Look, could you stop giving away straws at your restaurants?" I love her writing. She's so cute. She says, "I'm writing to ask you if you could stop using plastic straws because they are very bad for animals. They can get stuck in their mouths and noses. Could you only use straws if people ask for them because I don't want any more animals to get sick?" And then she had included this little coupon. It is so cute, for a paper goods company where you could get 10% off your first order of paper straws. And she says, we pride ourselves on listening to our customers. So when Ava, age 6, sent us a letter asking us to stop putting plastic straws into her drink because they are very bad for animals, it made us want to make a change. So we're now phasing out the single-use plastic straws in all 470 of our restaurants, and we'll be replacing them with biodegradable paper virgin.
This is like the pixie sticks.
And this
Remember the pixie sticks? They were made of paper. Right? You go, I'm drinking sugar. And that's what they were all about.
Yeah, and it's fine for a single use. It's not like you're going to keep the straw in your scrapbook, so what do you care?
Yeah, it's perfect.
So good for you, Ava. Way to go.
Plus, there's a horrific... There's a sea turtle video of they rescuing a sea turtle, and they've got a plastic straw coming out his nose.
I thought she was just joking about the nose thing.
Oh, no.
Oh, Ava.
No, if you want to look it up, everything works out fine. But there's a major effort to evidently get a straw out of a turtle's nose.
Poor little thing.
I didn't even know they had noses.
All right, Christopher's Prime Steakhouse. Now, we've been sending people there because it's our big fat thank you for being so amazing and staying with us. And as a matter of fact, thank you to Melissa and Christopher's. Do you realize that we are almost up to a year of working with them?
I know. They've been great.
Man, I can't believe she's so sweet. What's wrong with you? Anyway, the important thing is this. We'd like to send you. So if you'd like to go, take 3 friends, have a wonderful time, just drop a comment on the show today here on Facebook. Maybe you're watching on Gephardt Daily or Gephardt Approved. Drop a comment. If you're here on the Todd and Erin page with us, good morning, Farrah. Good morning, Daisy. Good morning, Lindy. Good morning, Kim. Just drop a comment that you like Christopher's, and boom, you're entered. We draw Friday. Somebody's going to go and have a wonderful meal.
Coming up next, it's Tony, the outdoor crazy man.
Our guy's back.
Hanging off cliffs in China, going to Tooele. All the crazy stuff we're going to... Tooele is the gateway to China. I don't know.
Well, everyone knew that.
Yeah, right to Edna. So we're going to talk to him next.
The Todd and Erin Morning Stream is brought to you by UtahCreditApproval.com. Bad things happen to good people, but you can get your credit back on track and get a reliable automobile by giving them a call. 801-404-7201. And also by Columbus Travel with spectacular deals on cruises and all-inclusive vacations. Go to ColumbusVacations.com. And all Utah Plumbing, Heating, and Air, where they have a winter special that they can check out your furnace and make sure that it's operating efficiently, saving you hundreds of dollars in energy bills. Just go to allutahplumbing.com. Did you know that you can catch the Todd and Erin Morning Stream on Facebook, YouTube, SoundCloud, and GephartDaily.com any time of the day or night?
At Always Black Friday, we love a good deal. We buy new and used products at a discount so we can pass on the savings to you. And we're Gephardt approved. From electronics to clothing to appliances. If you want it, we have it at discount prices. Visit our eBay store or come to our warehouse at 865 West 12th Street in Ogden. Always Black Friday, where you can find Black Friday deals all year round.
Happy Black Friday!
Oh, my goodness! He just attacked that! Oh, dude! That is freaking awesome!
There's about a 5.5, 6 foot octopus. Come back well, 10 yards.
Pretty good opening. Adventure Tony.
You guys did good work.
You know
There
what?
you go.
You have like the best opening of any of us. You know that, right?
Yeah, but you guys made it.
Yeah, but you've got an octopus.
But you were there.
Octopus.
I was there for every one of those photos and video clips. I was there.
All right, Tony Treebird Abbott. He, of course, is the founder of the Big Outdoor Expo. Now, it's going to be this next month, and you have a cool announcement about this.
You know, I really do. The show is, of course, March 9th and 10th.
Yes.
At the UCCU
So
Center.
we're literally like 4 weeks away now.
Yes, on UVU campus.
Crap.
It's going to be tremendous. You guys will be there, so I'll have a lot of people because you'll be there.
Oh, yeah,
Isn't that
of
how
course.
that works?
Yeah,
Yes.
always. And they
yeah.
bring casseroles. It's delightful.
They do keep casseroles. So what I've done is I like to have kind of a closing party, you know, bring some entertainment, do some
Right,
fun
right.
things like that. And this year, I've really gone one step forward.
What do you
Tell
got?
us.
Actor, comedian, sports show host, Jay Moore.
Oh, really?
Will be doing the closing show for me in Orem, Utah. Jay freaking Moore!
There's nothing cuter.
Look at him.
There's nothing cuter than a gigantic
He is
6'6"
funny.
man freaking out and turning fangirl on us. By
He's
the way,
a funny guy.
I might have
That's
a
so
little
cool.
man crush. I might have a little man crush
you
on
might.
him.
You might.
I mean, you know what's funny is the story. Me and my wife. I can't remember if I told you guys this or not. We were on our way to San Diego last month.
Right.
We got diverted from San Diego to Phoenix because of fog.
Right.
Oh wow!
On the way landing, the flaps didn't work. Emergency landing. So it had like emergency trucks everywhere. Right.
Right.
We spend the night in Phoenix. They tell us to come back to the airport. We're at the airport. We're sitting there. The guy I'm with, he's like, dude, Jay Moore just walked by me. I'm like, no, we didn't, Doug. He's like, yeah, I'm serious. We're there with our friends Doug and Jana.
Oh, that's so funny.
I'm like, where is he? He goes, he's sitting over there in the flannel shirt. I look over there, I'm like, that kind of looks like Jay Moore.
Right.
My wife's like, Jay Moore, why do I know that name? I go, honey, Bob Sugar in the movie Jerry Maguire.
That's what I was about to say. I loved him when he was like doing the whole millennial villain
Bob
thing
Sugar.
in movies.
She's
he was
like,
great.
I want to meet him. And Jana's like, I want to meet him too. I'm like, are you sure? They go, yeah. I'm like, okay, let me go over there. They're like, you're not going to go over there.
You have no shame, do you? I love that about you.
So
he's Adventure Tony.
So he's sitting there.
I know, right?
So I roll over there, Todd and Erin. I'm like, Jay Moore. He looks at me, goes, shakes my hand. I'm like, how you doing? He's like, how you doing? I'm like, hey, my wife and her friend want to meet you. He's like, where are they? I go, they're the two giddy ones sitting over across the thing looking like this. Like, is it going to happen? Is it going to happen? So Jay's like, call him over. We spent 45 minutes talking to him.
Hanging out.
At the end of it, and this is what was awesome. So at the end, he's like, so what do you do? And I found out he fishes, he paddle boards, he does a whole bunch of stuff. I'm like, what's your schedule the week of, March 10th?
Look at you.
He's like, well, let me pull it up. He goes, I've got the 5th, the 6th, and the 10th open. I'm like, good, I'll take you for the 10th. He's like, what do you mean? I go, I got an expo in Salt Lake City. He goes,
that's so funny.
He goes, I'll be in Boise the night before.
That's
I'm like,
close.
sounds
That's
good. He's
perfect.
like, here's my agent's info. I'm like, no, give me your cell. He
I'm
looked
so
at me,
proud of you.
gave me his cell number.
Well, you were kind of probably looming over him at
That's
that
true.
point.
You are a big dude.
Yeah,
So, you know
I'd
what?
give you my cell too. If
He does some great stuff. He's hosted the NASCAR Awards. He's
Oh
done
yeah,
a bunch of
no.
fun stuff.
If you want to check him out on our YouTube. Just look up in the stand-up. I've seen a stand-up a bunch of times.
It's
He's
good.
really
And he's
funny,
funny.
yeah.
So Smith Ticks, the tickets went live yesterday, and it's not a big venue. There's only about 2,400 seats. It's at the Lockhart Arena at UVU.
Right.
And so if you go on Smith Ticks to be there, my buddy's band, Riff Raff, will be opening. It's a cover band with, rock and roll.
Nice.
And you may have a special karaoke appearance by yours truly.
Oh no, not you.
I'm going to make sure we bring a lot of recording equipment.
Oh,
for
yeah.
that one. That is so cool.
Anyway, how awesome! And you guys
man.
get the news. It's here first. Todd and Erin.
very
Jay
cool,
Moore's gonna
very
be awesome.
cool.
The show's coming great, you guys.
Okay, and this
Booths
is
are
Smith Ticks,
selling.
right?
Yeah, Smith
Okay,
Ticks.
that's gonna be
Smith
important
Ticks
to
will do
know.
it.
Okay.
Well, it is because I just thought this. I go, you know what? You pay a little fee, you let Smith Ticks do it, and everyone gets it.
Yeah,
It's
sure.
gonna be general admission, so
It's easy.
tickets are only $25. You'll get an hour worth of music. You get an hour and 15 minutes worth of Jay Moore.
Right.
And he's funny.
He is
He's
funny.
really, really
He's
funny.
very funny.
All right, so tell us about the expo. Anyone new that's coming
Oh
recently
my goodness!
that's fun?
Yeah, and it's so crazy. My friends from New Zealand actually just flew in, so we got another show we're doing, and they're getting all their stuff set up.
I'm so jealous.
I should have brought them in. They could have talked with their.
Isn't that
little-
funny?
I know.
Yeah.
I love that accent.
Yeah, they may be here Friday.
Really?
Just saying.
Please,
That'd be
that
cool.
would be
That'd
awesome.
be
They may be here Friday.
Yes.
That'd be
because
cool.
you guys are big time,
That really would be
and they're
very
from
cool.
the other side of the world.
They are.
Oh, man,
You know
that
what I
sounds
mean?
like so much
But yes,
fun.
Expo is great. People are filling in nonstop. It's
Tell
going to
me-
be an epic show.
Tell me, you know a lot of these people. You've worked with these people a long time. Last time we talked about your fishing crew out of Alaska.
Oh yeah, Primus Point Lodge.
Another one of your vendors that you really like a lot, and what do they do?
So I don't.
So
know
we got fishing.
Yeah, fishing's covered. Okay, so one that's versatile for everybody.
Straighten it up, straighten it up. There you go.
How you doing? Push up this morning. How you doing? So Mountain West Trailers out of Heber City.
Right.
So they do the jumping jack trailers. Well, these trailers are very versatile, okay? Not only do they fold up or down in 5 minutes,
Right.
you can put four-wheelers, side-by-sides, motorcycles on
Wow.
it. So it's all-inclusive. So rather than saying, how am I going to pull my trailer to camp
Yeah.
and my four-wheeler to camp and all this?
I am so good
you
because I
load it
really
all
hate
together.
those big chains of things that people
Oh,
take and then they
yes.
spin out into
That
the
doesn't
other
look
lane
dangerous at all.
Yeah.
Dude, especially
Yeah.
when the 16-year-old daughter's driving.
Right?
Yeah, that's great. That's totally,
Why did
yeah.
I say daughter? and not
I know.
son?
Well, just mark
It
that
doesn't.
down.
Chauvinist.
16-year-old. We got it. Go on.
Well, the other thing too is they have high clearance, and that means you can take them places.
Well, and that's a great point.
Yeah.
Because you guys, you've been trailer people. You know, sometimes if it's not a paved driveway or parking spot, you have a little bit of issues. But Mountain West Trailer is great. Obviously, Monarch Honda will be there. They'll be
Right.
great. Gephardt will be there.
You know what's great
exciting.
about great about trailers is that first scratch or that first dent, because after that you just don't care anymore.
That first initial
You
moment
go right up
of
to that
crying.
pine tree and let that pine tree just rake down the size, and you're like reflectors are flying
That
up.
is
You're like,
so true, Todd.
right?
It's like, don't touch my truck. Don't touch
Right.
my truck. Oh, I got the first scratch.
Yeah.
It's over.
bonk.
You know what we call it, don't you?
No,
Rocky Mountain pinstriping.
No, there you go.
I did not know
Yeah.
this.
So we were in Arizona a couple weeks ago. We talked about the
Right,
Halloween,
right.
and my buddy that's down there, he's got an older truck. He's like, hey, I met some guy south of the border.
Right.
Different country.
Right.
It's like, he said he can fix my truck for $700. Take all the dings out, paint it like
Right.
brand new. I'm like, will you
Right.
get the truck back?
Right.
He's like, I'm going to try it. So he sends his truck to Mexico.
Yeah.
It comes back. He sends me photos of it 2 days ago. There's not a ding. There's not a scratch.
Yeah.
They tinted the windows for him.
How funny.
Nice.
They fixed. So, but my point was, he's like, now we're not hunting my truck no more.
Right. Right.
Todd, what do you do?
Hey.
It's a city truck. City truck.
How have you guys? Everything's been good for you guys?
Yeah, we're good. We're good. Everybody's ready. We're really excited about the expo.
I don't have rockets that take off and land though.
Dang.
If we could only have Elon Musk.
Don't
I
even
think Jay
start
Moore is
me
like the
about how
closest
awesome.
second.
Yeah.
I mean, can I tell you, I must live in a box because I didn't even hear about that. I've been so slammed doing stuff.
Right.
I'm watching you guys this morning and I'm going, they took off. I saw the whole.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It was a very exciting reenactment.
You
wasn't
got
it?
in a little
was.
trouble because you took it a little
Yeah,
too
but-
far.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was kind of off course.
Here's a good
Yeah.
test if you think you're living in a cave. Do you know the some of the Olympic Games actually start tomorrow?
Which Olympic?
You didn't know that, did you?
It's the Winter Olympic Games
It's the
in
Olympics.
South Korea.
South Korea.
Did you even know that either?
Who?
No,
All right.
I'm not joking. We were like
I
sitting
really
there.
didn't know.
We started seeing the athlete profiles from Salt Lake City, and we're like, oh, is that this month? I mean, seriously.
Opening ceremonies aren't till later, but they actually start the
Is
competition.
it as big? It's not as big as the Summer Olympics.
No, Summer
it?
Olympics is always bigger,
bigger.
but winter is bigger than summer?
No, you're right.
Oh, it is the other way. But still, nonetheless.
I had no idea. And it's where?
South Korea.
No kidding.
I know.
Are you guys going to go to a show?
No.
No.
Why?
You know what? They used to try to make us go.
Is
and
that too
it was
close
always,
to Rocket Man?
Well, they always sponsored, Coca-Cola always sponsors teams to go over there and kind of report it. And we always used to want to do it. But then we said, can we get a winner so the winner could go over? And they're like, no. And we always had this standing rule that we would never go anywhere unless we could take winners, because otherwise it sucks. And it's February and you're like, hey, we're in the Caribbean. It's been super. You know, you can't do that. That's wrong. So unless
Yeah.
someone can come with us, we won't do it. So we
Yeah.
never went on those. But
Can I tell you
I just,
something?
yeah.
You know what my favorite 12 minutes of the day are?
Yes.
Todd and Erin.
Oh.
Wait, our show runs an hour.
Yeah.
Well, I know.
Yeah.
But when I'm
jerk.
with you. No, when I'm with you.
It's a little late.
Oh, nice save.
Let's
Nice save, Tony.
say goodbye to Tony.
You know what? Awesome. And I'll tell you what, that last week, when I was on, what day was I on? Friday?
Yeah.
Whenever it was.
Fish
Yeah.
Friday.
The opening you guys, oh yeah, the Fish Friday.
Fish
but that
Friday.
opening you did, I had more people that are like, wow. I'm like, oh yeah,
That's
they
fun.
superimpose really well, don't they?
Yeah.
So Big Outdoors Expo, 9th and 10th. There's still booth spaces available.
Website.
TheBigOutdoors.com. TheBigOutdoors.com. Here's the special announcement.
Yes.
Not just is Jay Moore coming. If you buy, where's the camera? Where
That
am I?
one.
Which
That
line?
one
We're
right
not
there.
sure either, yeah.
When you buy a Jay Moore ticket for only $25, it gets you entrance into the Big Outdoors Expo for free.
Oh, good. I wondered about that. Now I feel
right.
better.
How about that deal?
All right.
So you save your money, buy a Jay Moore ticket, get into the show for free.
And you said kids under what?
Under 12, free.
Oh, see, that's perfect.
You know
Boom.
what? There's not much better than this.
No.
This is going to be so
Thanks,
fun.
Tony.
Okay,
All right.
darling.
Thank you, sir. We'll be back right after this.
Did you know you can buy a house with a 600 credit score?
Really?
We have lenders, we have programs, stuff that's come up in the last couple of years. 600.
Wouldn't you have to have like 50% down or something though?
Nope. 3.5%.
Where would you start the process on this?
Well, Fink and McGregor has a website, 4minutemortgage.com. Just go there, fill it out, up and running.
How long until you get back to us?
1 business day. Whole thing takes about a month, start to finish.
Where do you get the down though if you're broke?
It can be a gift from family, relative, significant other, even your work.
Gift, huh?
Yeah.
You know what that makes me wish?
What?
Makes me wish I had friends with money.
I screwed it up. I can't
All right.
believe I screwed it up.
Okay, here we are. We're
Because I
back.
bought a trailer and Erda.
Yeah, you were saying Twilla, that was gateway to beautiful
lovely
Edna, but it's actually Erda.
Erda, yeah.
So now we know.
All right.
Okay.
So I have a story, and it comes out every year, every time there are the Olympics. And like I said, some of the competitions actually start tomorrow before the opening ceremony.
Did you hear about the rotavirus that's gone through the whole security force?
No.
They'd hired all of these people from out of the country to do security, and they had them all set up.
They do.
Some stomach bug ran through everybody, and the first thing they all said was, get away from the athletes, and they quarantine them all. I mean, even the healthy ones, like, no, you're all. It's going to be like one of those measles parties where you spit in each other's mouth because we don't want to have anything to do with you.
It was like they were on a cruise.
They brought military in instead to guard the athletes because it's like, think about it, that you trained for 4 years.
Not 4 years.
Well, thousands of years.
Right.
You get to the Olympics and you're like, and then you start throwing up. I would set somebody on fire. I mean, seriously, it's so.
I can't imagine doing the downhill and having a stomach issue. Yeah. At least they could find where you went into the woods.
Now, there were, of course, you're saying that there are other precautionary measures being taken.
This always comes out. It's always a standard story with the Olympics. Doesn't matter if it's summer or winter. And
I appreciate this foresight. I would like to point that out to you right now.
And it's all about being safe. And they always come up with the Olympic Village, and they hand out condoms. Because they don't want anybody to have any issues. So 100,000 will be distributed by the Korean Association for AIDS Prevention.
100,000?
Another 10,000 came in from another group. Another 10,000 came in by Vancouver 2010.
So
Games.
Wait. Did they have leftovers? Because
no, they have.
There's a shelf life.
Yeah, no, these are to make people. Oh yeah, that's a question.
Because if they came in from 2010, I'm a little concerned already. It's like, hey, because if these were just like, hey, they're like waste not, want not.
Can you imagine Olympic babies with 2 Olympiads? Never mind. So anyway, so this basically works out to like 70 condoms a piece. Actually, more. So everything.
I have high expectations of our athletes, but they're not that high. I'm going to be clear. They're not that high, and I feel like we might be perhaps placing unfair pressure on our athletes with this level of expectation.
It happens to a lot of snowboarders. Don't worry, you'll be fine.
Hey, you know how snowboarder it says hello?
No.
Sorry, dude, didn't see you. Mm-hmm. What do you call a snowboarder without a girlfriend?
What?
Homeless.
There you go. All right.
Sorry. That's my only 2 Olympic jokes, but they're my favorites.
The story is bothering me a little bit.
Why so?
Well, I think you have it over there.
Yeah.
At the end of the year, all the companies, because they're union, so they work in a profit-sharing program.
Sure.
And
United Auto Workers.
And what they do is they give each employee, how many employees do they have? Like
a lot.
200,000 on one place. So what do they do?
They do profit sharing, which I think is wonderful, and it's as it should be, because it goes back to everything we've talked about, that a CEO's wage is going so much more immeasurably higher in proportion to the average worker,
right.
And this is one of those moves back to we're sharing the success. This is the only part that I found a little weird. General Motors made $12.8 billion in pre-tax profits in 2017,
right?
Although they reported a net income loss for the year.
Because?
The UAW represented workers get profit-sharing checks of $11,750 each.
Again, how much?
$11,750.
That's awesome.
Which is cool. I'm very happy for you, the UAW worker, because that is nice. But the accounting is
it's
fascinating.
But I was reading through it, and basically it's because they're retooling. They still make the Opal, by the way, if you drove one.
They just sold that. They just sold that off, by the way. It was a $6.2 billion charge-off.
Right, so they're doing all this moving around, but that's why they still get it. But the other guys, the other companies make a good chunk as well.
Ford is still pretty good. Yeah, they get a $7,500 profit-sharing check. Fiat, Chrysler. They had a big profit boost for 2017, so their workers get $5,500 each.
And here at Gephardt, we get an orange highlighter and a Pez dispenser.
Mm-hmm.
And that's sharing.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, not bad to...
we all share in the bounty here.
That's right.
Yeah.
Powerball.
Now, this one is the $560 million ticket, right?
She doesn't want it. She doesn't want it. She goes, get that check out of here.
What are you talking about?
She doesn't want. They're calling her Jane Doe because they haven't released her name yet. And she, in some places,
She's New Hampshire, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, in some lottery deals, you are required to take the picture with a big check.
Yeah, do the insincere check picture, and here you go.
So she turned the ticket over, and first thing you do is you sign it. And that kind of locks it down to a certain amount in case someone gets that ticket from you, you know. And she realized, oh, no, I don't want to do this. I don't want this. And
didn't she want the money? She just didn't want people to know who she was, right?
But now she's saying, you know what? If you're going to change it, I don't...
Because they're trying to force her to take the picture and release her name and all that stuff for publicity.
I think this is interesting. This is the lawyer talking.
She's a longtime resident of New Hampshire. She's an engaged community member. This is the woman's attorney, Steve Gordon. She wishes to continue this work and the freedom to walk into a grocery store or attend public events without being known or targeted as the winner of $500 million. That is kind of interesting. The lottery officials are claiming the integrity of the games depends on the public identification of its winners as protection against fraud and malfeasance. And a local woman holding up a giant check while the cameras flash happens to be a powerful marketing tool as well. Because it is funny, I've noticed the ones where they don't require you to
Evanston.
Release your identity. They haven't had any problem with fraud or malfeasance either.
People still hate those winners. In all cases.
So is she really willing to give up the money versus having her identity released?
I thought it was really,
because you can pay to have a new identity. You could probably pay to have your brain transplanted into a new body at that point if you want. I mean, we do have that story coming up, by the way.
All right. I mean, take a one shot of me. I'm going to show you how you do this. Okay. So basically, Erin, you hand me the money, please.
Here's your check, Mr. Collard.
Thank you very much. Ellen, now take a picture with it. Now, everyone at home, close your eyes right now. Open. That's how it works. I am gone. Where did I go? You have no idea.
Nor does it matter because I have $560 million.
I talk like a crazy person.
That was always that way.
560. You just disappear. You just buy people to stand in the way.
Yeah, here's your island. Okay. I don't know. Maybe it's just too much pressure, though. Maybe it's too overwhelming for her.
It's just, you know what? I would love to think. I would love to think that she is so happy with her life and what she's doing in the community and who she knows, and she so treasures it. She'll still take the money, you know that. But she doesn't want it to change. And what a great space to be in, right? That you like your life the way it is so much.
Yeah.
She'll take the money, though, and it will screw it up.
Maybe she's read all of those cautionary horror stories about lottery winners.
The second half of the story is horrific.
Yeah, I don't blame her there.
Your brother shoots you. You're in prison. Your entire family is in prison for trying to bump you off. It's just
That's got to make you feel good about yourself.
See, that wouldn't happen with me because look at me, right? Close your eyes at home because you can't find me. I am gone.
I don't think our families would try to kill you.
Really? Now I'm back.
Our families wouldn't do that.
That's what they all said.
Our families wouldn't do that.
They might.
All right, this is pretty funny. I was taking a look at rejected vanity plates in Utah yesterday because I was actually thinking about going online and getting one because I wanted to do something cute for Valentine's Day and get you like a cute vanity plate.
I'm not good at this.
I know you aren't.
It's my dyslexia. For some reason, they go, "Oh, look at that one." And I'm like, I don't know what it. I literally have a handicap because I can't read these. Go ahead.
Well, no, it's funny though because I went online because they have a website where the DMV where they're like, this is a list of rejected ones.
Oh, you can put yours in, see if it's taken.
And then and they can also say, no, we consider this hate speech or we consider this dirty or obscene.
Okay.
But it's very funny. I mean, there's obvious ones like anything related to alcohol or certain numbers that might maintain a reference to an activity.
Right.
Now, it's really funny, though. They said that their best defense now is Urban Dictionary. And if you've never seen the Urban Dictionary, basically it's all the slang. It's like everything that you don't understand, but you want to be cool enough to get it. Like maybe you're playing Cards Against Humanity. You go there and it'll tell you everything. They said occasionally a plate will slip by. A few years ago, they had a plate that said SS Man, which is okay, except for it was next to an Aggie A.
Right. that you can get
Utah
for,
State
on
University.
Your plate. Right.
A specialty plate.
Right.
And then we saw that they went, oh, it's the reference to that Seinfeld episode. That's what it is. This one's kind of interesting. Abino Solomon actually took the state to court over her rejected plate. She's a mom in Park City, and her son, I guess, had just come out as gay, and she wanted to show support. She had wanted a vanity plate that said "Gays Rock."
Right.
And trying to show support for her son and his friends. And they said that, no, this was a sexual reference and they wouldn't allow it. So she literally took the DMV to court and she won. The judge rejected the fact that gay was a sexual connotation, which was kind of interesting.
That's true.
But there's some that I think...
Merlot. There was one that was Merlot and they made him give it back.
Yeah, I thought that was unreasonable. And there's this one I don't get, beer, B-I-E-E-R.
See, now you're just going to get into trouble.
But that one's like really... and Dobby's... Dobby's the house elf. I mean, Drunkle's actually kind of funny. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Drunkle, and then one I don't understand. This one, hoser.
See, this is
hoser like Canadian, like remember hoser?
This is when you're going to get yourself in trouble now.
But I don't see why that one's unreasonable.
This is what the state does. The state's going like, oh, that looks innocent, and they make it, and it goes in someone's car, and then everybody starts laughing.
Hoser is a Canadian frame. I've referenced.
You just
it's like
no, because that'd be hoser, eh?
Okay,
so what you've just done is you've put yourself into the dark web. You've put yourself into danger because you probably just read 3 dirty things right there, and you said you don't know them. Now you said it 4 times.
So I'm in deep trouble. The dark web. I've gone onto the dark web.
You are on your own there too.
All right, coming up, we've got Hollywood Connection. This is so cool. Ryan Reynolds has got a brand new picture he just posted for the new Deadpool movie.
When's that coming out?
It's awesome.
When's
I'll tell you next.
All right.
You're going to have to wait. Sorry.
The Todd and Erin Morning Stream is brought to you by Fink & McGregor, Mortgages Made Simple. If you go to fink-mcgregor.com, you'll find out that you can get a mortgage with a credit score as low as 600. Fink & McGregor, also by the Vein Clinic. If you go to theveinclinic.com, you can schedule an appointment and find out some amazing options for pain-free removal of varicose veins and spider veins. Your legs can look great again with the Vein Clinic. And also by Black Diamond Experts. They're experts in electric, plumbing, heating, and air. And they also have a brand new store up in Ogden now. If you'd like to reach them, you can go to blackdiamondexperts.com.
So, Jeff, you do mortgages, right?
I do.
How do you do?
Well, you go to our website, 4minutemortgage.com, fill out the application. We'll call you within 1 business day. The whole thing takes about a month, start to finish.
We went to the bank.
They got really personal.
I went through all of our personal records and all of our finances.
And then there was that little deal about the $8,000 closing costs.
Took like 4 months.
That's funny. That's funny.
By the way, let them give you some information about some of their maintenance schedules they do for, like, especially for commercial properties. You never have to worry about it again. Now, we were having an argument the other day on Super Bowl Sunday with Jen and Ryan, our friends, because they're both massive nerds like I am, and Todd just numbly follows along. But we were trying to decide if Deadpool was Marvel or DC Comics. And then,
there's a discussion that went on for 20 minutes.
Well, no, and then we figured out that it was Marvel because they had X-Men in it, like the teenage Negasonic Teenage Warhead, who I adore, by the way. And so we realized, it is Marvel. So at one point, they and Thor and the Avengers might all be in the same universe together.
Imagine!
No, because the new Infinity Wars got the Guardians of the Galaxy guy. Never mind. You're just humoring me at this point. And anyway, Ryan Reynolds just debuted a brand new poster for Deadpool 2, and it's awesome. It's recreating Flashdance. Remember this?
Yeah.
Remember when Jennifer Beals is sitting in the water splashes on it?
We all remember.
Oh, okay. Except for this time, it's like Take Your Passion and Make It Happen, which is from the god-awful Flashdance song. And it's hysterical. It's coming up on May 18th. Apparently, they moved up the release date 2 weeks.
Oh.
I'm really excited. It's going to be so cool. All right, Tom Brady. Like him, hate him. You know that had to be a brutal Sunday for him. And Gisele Bunch and his wife actually put up an amazing picture. I was shocked he let her do it. And it was on her Instagram shot if you want to show it to him. It's very sweet. This is after he lost. He's getting the hug from her and his son. And he's just got that face and his head's drooping. And you're like, oh, dude. But she was very gracious. She said, congratulations to the Eagles for winning the Super Bowl. What a game that was. And congratulations to the Patriots for giving your best. And to my love, we are incredibly proud of you because we are seeing every day the commitment, sacrifice, and hard work you've devoted to becoming the best in what you do, which was really sweet. But just his drooping head, like, damn it. It's so sad.
Half of you are yelling at their computers right now.
Why? Why would you be
You're saying nice things about Tom Brady.
We have to like Tom Brady. You're from Boston. It's like a rule.
Oh,
and I'm your wife, so I too have to like the Patriots.
Oh, thank you much, Kathy. Todd, stop coughing.
Heather, you're right. It was Marvel. Thank you. When we were talking about Deadpool again.
Really? Are you going to help her? You're going to really start this conversation
All right,
again?
Let's go to Daisy. She's in the Gephardt Daily Newsroom. She is brought to you by Fink and McGregor Mortgages Made Simple. By the way, with all the craziness right now in the stock market, Just Out has a whole bunch of interesting new information for you regarding mortgages. If you want to go to fink-mcgregor.com, they will clear up all the questions that you have. And the Vein Clinic, by the way, is doing an open house today at the Riverton location. Please go in. They have some amazing giveaways like Botox and all kinds of goodies. You'll be amazed at what they can do for you. And by Brio Technologies, your experts in lighting, sound, and video. Go to brioaudiovisual.com. Daisy, my dear, what's going on today?
Thanks, Todd and Erin. Here's what's making national and world news headlines on Wednesday, February 7th on Gephardt Daily. It was another white-knuckle ride on Wall Street Tuesday as the Dow Jones Industrial Average began to recover one day after its largest single-day decline in the index's history. The Dow finished the day up 567 points, or 2.3%, at the end of trading after experiencing a swing of more than 1,100 points. The experts say we're not just out of the woods yet. U.S. stock futures fell Wednesday in pre-market trading, setting up the Dow to resume its slump just a day after it rallied. The U.S. House of Representatives passed a stopgap bill to increase defense funding and prevent a government shutdown for 6 more weeks. The bill, which passed in the House by a vote of 245 to 182, would fund domestic government programs through March 23rd, while giving the Pentagon a full-year budget of $659 million, up $52 billion from 2017. Donald Trump has asked for a military parade showcasing America's armed forces. The Pentagon confirms it is reviewing potential dates for the parade, although the planning process is in its infancy. Trump got the idea while attending a military parade while visiting Paris on Bastille Day in July and was awestruck by the display. He said at the time he'd like to see one in the streets of Washington. And now time for another look at your Wasatch Front weather, brought to you by Brio Technologies, Utah's top audio-visual specialists. Well, it looks like the February heat wave is going to be here a while longer. Temperatures are now expected to reach a balmy 60 degrees by the weekend. Chance of rain, as usual, just about 0. For more news across the nation and around the world, go to GephartDaily.com. And for now, Todd and Erin, back to you.
Thank you, my dear Daisy. Okay, this is funny. You know, we were talking about support animals the other day, flying, and how people are getting...
We were talking about a peacock.
Exceptionally creative, yeah. And then there was a
They
woman...
wouldn't let her on.
...who was deeply disturbed because American Airlines refused to board her with her emotional support peacock. Just the fact that looking at that gigantic thing perching on her luggage cart is killing me. That is so funny. In her defense, she did offer to buy a seat for her emotional support peacock. But can you imagine being on a flight for 8 hours, hearing it go, wait, you do the peacock noise better than I do. Over and
Its
over.
Sound is so scary.
For 6 hours.
And you couldn't get a cargo carrier for it because its tail's too long.
I know, right? That'd be a big problem. Well, however, the latest one on the banned list is apparently hedgehogs. Someone attempted to bring their emotional support hedgehog on the plane. Now, that one I would totally be behind because hedgehogs are freaking adorable.
But they're only like this big.
I know.
They're smaller than a cantaloupe.
You could put them on your lap. No one's ever going to know. It's a lap hedgehog.
You just put it in your bag. in your shirt.
Well, that would be very uncomfortable.
If you love your hedgehog, you would put up with it.
Yeah, whatever. But this is so funny. But apparently this is what's happening now is the airlines all got together and they're going to do a uniform list because they're like, we can't take this anymore.
Well, they talked about what incidents.
Well, yeah, United Airlines said their requests for emotional support animals have risen by 75% in 1 year. Over 76,000 people wanted to bring in emotional support.
First of all,
a comfort animal.
First of all, we know that a lot of us, a lot of you, and there's people we know who have a dog, and it actually does help, or has.
Yeah,
I
mean, our dog Gil is actually trained and has the actual certification
and
for it.
So we understand what you're talking about, but we also understand that a lot of people are faking it. Now, I'm not going to be judging or shaming anyone, but we've all seen. Am I being judgmental?
No.
Maybe maybe I'm being judgmental. Maybe I'm like, oh, I can tell. It's like when you see someone in a handicapped spot and they get out of their car and they kind of like into the store. I am. That was wrong with me.
Look at you with your renewed sensitivity.
That is wrong. I just did something I don't like. This is true.
All right, but I will say this. Delta's faced requests to carry comfort turkeys, possums, and snakes. They says staff has faced biting, growling, and barking animals, as well as urinate and defecation, apparently upon other passengers, which is an issue.
That's gross.
Yeah, right? And so now...
Coffee, pee, or milk. Right, okay.
So the latest rules that they're trying to generalize across all the airlines are 48 hours notice,
right.
A letter from a mental health professional. Passengers also have to show proof that their animal has been trained to behave properly.
How are they going to do that?
In a public setting.
How?
Back again to having certification the way we have for Gil. I mean, they have a list of... United says not only they have requests for hedgehogs, they've had comfort ferrets, comfort insects, like...
A cockroach or a tarantula, maybe?
They included spiders, snakes, rodents, reptiles, and non-household birds.
Hello, my name is Todd. Here's my certification from my mental health expert. Here's my certification that my comfort animals are doing good, and I will now bring in the bees. My comfort bees.
You know, the only two that are actually gotten away with this so far, Virgin Atlantic, who says they only allow dogs to be carried as emotional support pets, and British says, we just don't let you do it, period. Take a Valium. Well, you know, they're British. They have that stiff upper lip thing going on.
Once again, the shaming.
Stiff upper lip.
All right.
The emotional support bees.
The bees would be okay. It's the wasps that would be the nasty part.
Yeah. Those part, you can never get those out.
All right.
Coming up next.
Oh, yeah.
This is the coolest thing ever.
Brain transplants.
Yes. And everything you have known in your life is a lie, and it's all the fault of your junior high school teachers. We'll tell you why.
It's coming up next.
The Todd and Erin morning stream is brought to you by Fink and McGregor. If you go to fink-mcgregor.com, there's a short 4-minute quiz, and at the end of it, you can find a whole array of mortgage options, and someone will call you back from Fink and McGregor within the next business day. Also by Utah Credit Approval. Go to utahcreditapproval.com because they know that bad things happen to good people, but that shouldn't stop you from repairing your credit and getting a reliable automobile at utahcreditapproval.com. And also all Utah Plumbing, Heating, and Air. John has 24/7 service because he knows that emergencies can happen any time of the day or night. And right now they have a $69 special to check out all your heating systems to make sure they're working well. Just go to allutahplumbing.com.
All right, welcome back to the Todd and Erin morning stream, GetPartDaily.com. Just looking at this information. This is incredible.
Everything you know in your life is a lie. We're talking about lies that you learned in school.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
right,
true.
Go ahead.
No, but and this is stuff that are actually really commonly held myths, and they were trying to talk about and go, well, no, these aren't actually accurate, and people would actually get angry and like slam their fists and throw things down and go, no, I learned that in school. That's not true.
Hey.
You know, and people get incredibly defensive. It's really, really funny.
Okay, so give me an example of what.
Okay, number one, chameleons change color to camouflage themselves.
What?
Now, as you know, in pop culture, chameleons are thought of as spiky lizards that change their skin to fit any color or any pattern in their surroundings.
I've seen it in Disney films.
No. They mostly use it to maintain a certain body temperature and a way to communicate with other chameleons. And it's not like they can adapt a new pattern when they step on a piece of plaid or something.
What?
This one is still being taught, and it is still being really aggressive. In a survey from the University of Michigan, 85% of Americans believe that Columbus discovered the continent. Only 2% of respondents were able to correctly answer that Columbus could not have possibly discovered America because the Native Americans already lived here, technically having discovered it first. Right. In any case, the funny thing about this, though, is that he wasn't the first one. The first European to land in America is the Viking explorer Leif Erikson. He sailed from Greenland.
I loved his singing. He was so good.
He sailed from Greenland to Newfoundland and Canada around 1000 AC.
Leif Erikson.
Leif.
Whatever. What else? And I think most people are kind of catching on to that.
This one I thought was kind of interesting. Sir Isaac Newton. He discovered gravity when an apple fell.
Yeah, and hit him on the head. Everyone knows that.
No. This is kind of interesting. Where it actually apparently came from is that Newton's apple legend is not true, but many urban legends, it was embellished based on something that actually happened.
Right.
An apple didn't fall on his head, but he started theorizing about gravity when he saw an apple falling from a tree, and then started thinking about it. But the funny thing was it was actually whitewashed into his very own memoir, where someone just sort of inserted it into his autobiography.
Oh, right,
This is how it happened. And he's like, and he was dead then, so he couldn't really argue.
It's like Benjamin Franklin with the key in the jar and the kite.
Right? I know.
Didn't happen.
So funny.
Oh, and Johnny Appleseed, you know about that one? It's true.
Really?
It is.
I did not know that.
I know. Now you do.
See?
Right?
I do feel better about some things.
I think it's true. It might not be.
All right. Now what we're talking about, knowledge and wisdom.
All right.
Explain.
Your body breaks down. You get a new body. They take everything you know in your brain. Everything you know. And they put it in the new body.
Well, it's interesting. We haven't seen this show yet, and I'm dying to. It's on Netflix. It's called Altered Carbon.
Yes.
And they say in the show the body no longer matters. As a matter of fact, somebody says you shed the body like a snake sheds its skin, because human consciousness is now officially digitized.
Right.
And they can move it between bodies, both real and symbolic. So it's kind of interesting. Now, they're saying that, that's impossible and everything. But no, scientists were actually saying, no, brain mapping, the human and AI neural links, and mind uploading, these are actually things that we could actually start.
So I could find
that they're experimenting on now.
I could find a body that's better looking.
Well, what they're saying right now is the possibility of translating your consciousness into another human body is not as feasible as it is as to uploading it into a digital matrix, which is interesting. They've been working at a company called MindSculpt to actually go through this and work on some of the concepts and some of the ideas. And they say that at this point, they are actually able to do a predictive program based on your neural pathways, meaning that the computer would think like you do. It would have your memories and your understanding and your knowledge, and then it would go to conclusions, and it would learn in the same fashion in the same way you did.
So if you're an idiot, it would just be making idiot decisions.
Like they actually tested it like for someone with dyslexia or someone that had short-term memory loss, and they went through some of these different ones because it's initially used to try to help you relearn these skills in your own brain. But what they were finding is the predictive technology of the computer basically went through the same system as the neural pathways as they were already mapped out.
As you.
Mm-hmm. Meaning that literally everything that is essentially you, everything that is essentially your brain and your consciousness can be downloaded into a mainframe.
There's only a problem with this. There's a huge problem with this.
Okay.
And it's like, have you ever had trouble getting a new phone and transferring everything into the new phone? And like, I lost my contacts once, and another time I lost half my music. So next thing you know, I got a brain matrix filled with my thoughts, half of them, and I have the IQ of a toaster. I don't think that's going to happen. Could be a blender. You never know.
Okay. I just thought that was really cool.
That's weird.
I mean,
so they're not talking about a whole new body. They're just talking about your consciousness.
But yeah, the most essential part of yourself lives on. And in certain ways, that really is exciting to me.
That's great.
Because then I could still argue with Zoe even when I'm dead. Because I'm pretty sure it will continue to my deathbed. So at this point, I could still keep it going.
Some people, they should live in Utah.
Speaking of kids.
They should live in Utah. They live in Michigan. And they have...
And they're not even the Duggars.
They have 13 kids. They have 13 kids. And they're having another one's on the way. And I can't even imagine the financial burden.
14th.
And they're all boys.
No.
They're all boys.
No effing way, really?
Yeah, they're all boys. There they are. They're all boys.
Those are all boys. Why is she even smiling? I would be crying uncontrollably right now.
She's probably having a baby as we speak.
Look at the little one. He's sticking his tongue out.
So they figured
wow.
Their house must smell like a big gym sock.
That's like 14 boys. I love boys. I loved our twins. But I feel so bad for that woman because I was so outnumbered. Even our dog was a boy. And at one point, Todd was threatening to put urinals in all the bathrooms.
You might as well.
This poor woman has no defense. She has no protection. Well. She has nothing to stand by her side.
That's a great idea. So they're having one more. They're not going to check the sex on it until it's born.
Yeah, that's probably not going to be like a big old huge surprise,
she's like,
right?
Yeah, it'd be nice to have a girl. Help me.
14 boys. 14 boys.
You have your own baseball team.
Now, this next one to me is the most exciting concept ever in house promotion now, because we all know that the Utah real estate market's like on freaking fire. I mean, it's insane right now. You can put your I think we had 5 offers the first day we put our house up for sale. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was 5 the first day. So, and people started offering extra bonuses and extra this, and we'll put this on, and we'll put this on, and they just sold the house next door to ours. And the guy came over and he said, if you could talk to your neighbor for me, I would love to take you guys out to dinner. I'll buy you a car or something. Would you just tell her to take my offer? And I mean, it's like that intense. In Texas, not so much.
So they have to have an advantage of marketing.
They have to use, realtors have to use a few more enticements in order to get people interested in the house.
Sorry about the coughing.
So this is one that one plucky realtor came up with, and I have to say, I salute this man and his creativity.
I do too.
$250 in free tacos with the purchase of this home. Now, I would like to point out that number 1, tacos are delicious. Number 2, that there's always room for Taco Tuesday.
This is true. I'd like Taco Wednesday.
And that number 3, $250 in 3 tacos. You could be celebrating Taco Tuesday for the next 5 years.
Now, Nicole, who's the realtor,
yes,
realizes there are laws about this. And before she put that little white sign on the bottom, she realized that there was a law that she could have said $250, but that would break the rules. And you could get in trouble.
And once again, tacos are delicious.
And tacos are delicious. And so think of also the attention that house gets because of that.
See, that's true. Just the novelty of the taco offer.
You could hate the house.
But the tacos.
The tacos are here to stay.
You got to think about that. And, in every argument, it's like, yeah, honey, but the water line down to the street's broken, and that's
right.
$15,000. And it should
tacos. We got tacos.
Should be going 250 tacos.
Tacos. That's all you need. But the roof's leaking. Tacos.
There's tacos.
There's your answer.
Tacos are delicious.
The garage is falling down.
I don't care. There's tacos.
There you go. You guys have a great day.
We can sit out on our cement pad eating tacos.
Tacos the entire time for your rest of your life. You guys have a great day. Thanks for joining us on the Todd and Erin morning stream. Have a great one, and we will see you tomorrow right here.